Alright, I am in the process of trying to make a gingerbread pattern, a very primitive gingerbread pattern. I saw one online. I watched this lady. I'm going to bring it up and show you. It's Speckled Hen on Facebook, and I watched her paint and do one. It was so cute. And it's really primitive. So let me bring up her page right here and show you what these little gingerbread men here. They're cut out of wood. And I looked on her, she said she was on Etsy, and I looked on Etsy and I could not find a pattern for them. She makes finished products. I like the way this looks. So I'm going to have to make my own. So I'm over here in Silhouette Studio, and I have made, I thought that was more of an oval. I want just a little more of an oval. I'm going to maneuver that around. And then the two ovals here. What I did is I made this one oval, and then I right clicked like this and went here and said I copied it, and then I hit flip horizontal and moved it over here. And here I've just went in the patterns here and picked this one and pulled it down. Now I am going to group these together, and I'll have to start tweaking. I do know that, but this is to show you how I start making my patterns. It takes a while. So I am going to come down here and I'm going to hit weld. That's a pretty good start. Yeah, that is. Maybe I'm trying to see. Maybe pull the arms in a little bit here. So what I could do is I am going to undo that, and I'm going to select this piece here. I'm going to pull it in a little bit there and a little bit here, and see if that works. I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to weld. Actually, it's not bad. Alright, I've tweaked it till I think I've got what I want, and then from here, I'm not sure what size I want. That is a 7.5 inch, which is probably fine. And what I'll do from here is I'll go up here to File, hit Save As, save to hard drive. And then I will, let's see, Studio. Oh, I didn't want it there. I don't know where I put it. I just hit OK. Save as, save to hard drive. Okay, that's the studio version. And I'm going to put Snowman Crumb. And then I'll save it to Silhouette. Well, I'm in Silhouette Files, and I'll hit OK. And then from there, I will hit Save As again, save to hard drive, and I'm going to put it as an SVG and hit OK. That way, wait, I wanted this. That needs to be black, so I'm going to highlight that. I forgot to make my lines black. Here, I'll make it black, and I'll go over here and make it a little thicker. And then now I'm just going to save it. Save to hard drive, because I'll need that for an SVG. And I'll go over it. That way, from here, I can just print it out, or I can save it and share it, or I can take it into my Lightburn and cut it out in wood. Right now, I can cut it in. You can use your scroll saw. You could use cardboard, your laser, whatever you want. You could cut this snowman, gingerbread. He's both. It's snowman or gingerbread. I'm going to take it into my Lightburn. And then from here, no, I do not want to update. I'm going to import craft files. I was already in Silhouette, and I saved that as Snowman, didn't I? I should have done that too. Well, here, I'll search. SNOW. Prim. Is that what I had? Yes. I think that's it right there. Oh, here it is. It showed up over here. And I'll pull that over here, and then I can cut it. It looks really ugly, but it is really cute done up, I think. All right, I cut one of these out with my laser. It'd been cute with the thicker wood and cut out with my scroll saw. Or you could even do this in cardboard. That'd be cute. Yeah. Anyways, I used my laser and I cut that out, and I did resize it down a little bit because I want to put it on a rusty grater. So I resized that down, I cut it out, and then I made a candy cane that I've put with it. Hers has a really cute tree, and it's done with green felt and turns out adorable. I need to leave her link down for her video too, for how she done hers. It's really cute. Mine won't turn out that cute, but hers is adorable. But I didn't have any green felt, so I'm not going to make it. She got the idea from another crafter on Facebook. But anyways, I'm going to work on mine. What I'm going to do is, this is a little light for me. Now, I just didn't have the right color of brown. So I'm going to mix. I'm going to try mixing. And that green in there is dry. I'm not going to put quite as much. This here was apple barrel nutmeg brown. I'm going to get any out of there. I don't know how. I think I'll start with just about 3 drops and see how I like the color. Yeah, that darkened it up just a bit. I think I want just a little more. One, 2, 3. 3 gullops. This is Asphaltum by Folk Art. And it looks a lot like burnt umber. But burnt umber might be a little darker. Oh yeah, that looks way better. That's what I want. It never fails. One's too light and one's too dark. So you mix them together. I like that color. So now, I'll just coat this here, and I'll probably give it 2 coats, and I'll cover the back and the front. And I hope I mixed up enough. I'm going to do my front first. Make sure it's good and finished before I go to the back. Because I can put another color on the back. Actually, what I'm using, the grater, I wouldn't even have, I'm not even going to do the back. I won't need it. Alright, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll be back and we'll do some more to it. Okay, I have put 2 coats on there now, and it's drying. And boy, when it dries, it is nothing like that color. It's a lot darker. But while that's drying, I'm going to give my candy cane a coat of the antique white. It's going to be turned that way, so I'm just going to paint the front. And it probably won't need to give it 2 coats. And then I'm going to figure out if I'm going to paint the stripes on, or put some material on it, or some ribbon. I'll figure that out. Well, I speckled my candy cane with tomato red. And I've taken my finger sander and just went around the edges of my gingerbread man. Now I'm going to put some eyes on him. And I'm just using the tip of a skewer. I'm trying to see where I want him. Thinking about. I'm going to have to put it a little darker, but bring that down on that because that's where I want it. Okay, I think like that will be fine. I'll leave it alone. And then I'm going to, I need some on his cheeks, so my blush will not be dark enough. So I think I'll use this red. I gotta get a brush. Okay, I think this one would work. I couldn't find anything else. But I put a little of that red on there. And I don't want to hit his eyeballs. All right, that is good for that. And I want to splatter him in white. And I don't think it would hurt, just as long as I don't touch any of that with my hands. Got my fan brush out. I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to water down my paint some, though. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Whoa. I think I got it too wet, but I want a little bit on the face. A little bit. That's good. I'm not going anymore. All right, now I think I'll just go around the edges of him with a paint or a acrylic marker. And I don't know if I want to do squigglies or just kind of go around him. I think I'm just going to go around. This is not very dark. Maybe I should have tried a different one. Or thin. I'm going to try a different pen. Work better. This is by Posca. Yeah. Just gonna go right around his head. That's good. And now I need to find something. I want something to look like buttons, so I need to set that aside and go find something. But I can go ahead and put a scarf on him, I believe. That's all dry. Where's my scissors? I need to cut that down. How one side get dark and one side get light. Okay, I need to turn that. Now, probably what I'll do instead of doubling that and making that thick is I'm going to hot glue it. Pull it down a little bit and I'll hot glue it. It's not on. I thought I turned it on. So that's what I'll do for that. And then I'm going to take, I believe, this material here. When my hot glue, or my glue gun is hot, I'll start that there. And then I am going to go around this for that. Figure out something for that, the buttons. And I think that's about all I can do with him. And then I am going to attach him to my grater some way. Well, I've got him all put together. Found some buttons. I just put some buttons on him. And I went ahead and just used, I had a little piece of this grosgrain ribbon left. And it's a darker red, so I like it. And that's all I have left of it. So I used that. And then I couldn't believe I didn't ink around the edges. So I went inked around the edges, and I used black on this because the brown just wasn't bringing it out. It just gives it a little more depth. Then I've been sitting here trying to figure out which ribbon to use or material. I think I'm going to go with this here. I have 4 bags, gallon-sized bags of ripped up material, and I never can find what I need. I have to go rip more. I can't believe it. So I am going to tighten this up because I wasn't sure if that's what I was wanting to use. But I'm going to. I want to tighten that because I didn't get it real tight before. Okay. There. And then I'll cut that off in a little bit. Then I decided he needed something right here, and I didn't know. I found a pine cone. I put that right there. And then this is a little rusty bell that I rusted a long time ago. I think I'm going to use that there. Yeah, it's small. It fits in there well. And then I went and got some pip berries and some greenery. And I tied it together, or I kind of glued it and tied it, and then put a little piece of that material on there like a bow. And I think I'm going to set that, I think right there. Can't really get it hooked to that. I think I'm going to do it right there just so it's coming down the side. And I will have to hold that or it will not stay. Ow! I didn't know I was that close to it. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I needed to do. I think it's going to be finished. I just don't want to let that go and then it fall over. Still a little. Okay, yeah. I'll kind of, once that's real dry, I'll kind of move this stuff around instead of having it sticking straight out that way. But I don't want to mess with it right now. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I pulled this out in case I want to, yep, I want that up there. I forgot about that. I just never know when to stop. Okay, it is finished now. Alright, this is going to be another gingerbread project. I want a book to look like a recipe book to put in my recipe holder that I made on my kitchen counter. So these are too bright white, so I found, what was the color? A linen? Antique linen. I'm going to give it a shot. I've done just a little bit. I think it's going to work. It's just too white. So I think this is about empty. Okay, that is working. It's making it look old. Yeah, I like the way that's looking. At least it's not bright white. See the difference? And it's kind of fading spots. Okay, I think that's good. Well, I'm going to continue on and do this side, and then I'll be back. Okay, now I'm decoupaging this image on here, and this is from HoneyBeePrintables off of Etsy. And I will leave it linked below to this image. And right now I'm just trying to make sure I have it where I want it. And that is pretty much where I want it. So, oh, it was. I do that every time, I think. Every time. It was. Okay. Right there. Now, I'm going to use Mod Podge. And start Mod Podging this on there. Okay, so I am going to continue on and just Mod Podge this on there. And it's just a book, so there's probably not a lot I can do with it. Alright, I'm going to smooth this down on there and let it dry. And while I'm doing this, I did forget to tell you, I did resize this. And I've just, to fit the book, I had to stretch it out, and it didn't distort the picture. It looked good, because I wanted something on the binding. Okay, now I am using my Distress ink in Walnut, and I'm going to go around the edges of the book. If I run that like that, I think it'll just catch the edge. Okay, but I am going to work on doing this all the way around. Oh, I just can't go plain. I've got to decorate it. So I think I'm going to wrap this around a little bit, this jute around it a little bit, and hang these bells off from it, and I have a tag, and then I might put some greenery or something on it. I don't know. That would look good on there, I think. I'm just going to start wrapping and try to figure out what I'm going to do exactly. Okay. I think that's cute. Even just that's cute. Okay, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to sit and look at it and see if that's all I want to do. Okay, I started digging around in my stash and I found a cinnamon stick, which I wasn't even thinking about. I just happened to see one in the bottom of the drawer, and I just put some berry right there and the jingle bells and put a bow on it. And I think that's simple, and it's really cute. I love this image. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And until the next one, we'll see you later.